Hello everyone, bonjour à tous, this is Mac Plays on Mac and we are back into Mount Mac. This is episode 12. So today, a few things are planned. It's not gonna be a big episode. We do have a new content creator pack that has been released though, actually two of them, and because I have the ultimate version of the game, I actually got them for free, although they've been released for $7.99 each. I do think it's on the pricey side, especially for the amount of content we get with them, but the details are incredible, the assets look just amazing, and we are actually just supporting the content creator by buying these packs. So let's support them. They've been doing an amazing job for the past years, and now with City Skyline 2, before with City Skyline 1, they've just been amazing creators. So let's support them. Alright, so what are we doing here? So I'm trying to recreate a kind of a style of like a flea market, pop-up shops, a bunch of little shops around. We can add some gazebos, some benches, and a walkway in the back, just like this, to make this area feels vibrant, feels alive, with a lot of people just walking by, just hanging out around here. So that's the idea here. Now, finally, for the first time, I downloaded by MM12. It wasn't working for a while because it wasn't up to date to the game, but now it is actually working. They made it to work with the latest update of the game, and so I tried it. I did the Deport Homeless, I did the other one by one, and on numbers, it doesn't affect it too much, what I can see from. On performance, I thought maybe my city had a lot of homelessness, and though that was gonna reduce my performance, my FPS, and I didn't see much difference there neither. But what I saw though is when I was over a park for a while, there was no homelessness whatsoever. So that was a good side of it. That worked. So let's go back to the building side of the things, and I was just playing around and seeing the amazing new parks we have, and they are so big I don't think I can fit them over here. But in the meantime, I'm in a dire need for more education, particularly my elementary school, or primary school as they call it in England, and this, since it's a British asset, they decided to name it primary school, and I love that. So I'm gonna try to make it fit in the area. I need more buildings, so here we're gonna actually plop all of the building because it's such an awkward shape, so I'm never gonna be able to grow the buildings the way I want it. Therefore, I'm just deciding what building to put here. I want a vibe that's still screaming UK because it's gonna fit with all of the neighborhood. The road also are on weird angles, are on weird heights, so I'm mastering, loving how the movie tool is working. I mean, I know all of four of you guys, it's been like this for a while, but it's new for me because I was never able to use it like this, and I just love it. Alright, I still want this neighborhood over there to be able to grow by itself, so I decided to leave it be right now, and we're gonna focus on a different area we haven't worked on in a while. I had to move that big tramway depot because it was not in the area that I wanted. I had it as a placeholder for a while, and now I don't think it suits this area. It was very nice, so I just decided to push it back a bit more, and we're gonna try to create a new neighborhood based on some French asset and some of the UK asset, while mixing some of the modern packs. Alright, so the road layout here is a bit odd, so I'm propping all of the corners and make sure that they fit the rest. I'm gonna add a line of tree between the parking lot and this, and we're gonna redraw. Now this makes the perfect place for a little park. I'm gonna have a playground park, and also we're just gonna add maybe a couple trees, I guess for later. But here, let's just work on this. I don't like this empty lot of land over there, so we're just gonna make it fit. So let's take a look at these big assets. They were very big. I was not able to fit them there. So unfortunately, nothing is growing over here. So we're gonna go back, focus over here. I love that supermarket. I think it's a good area to put it on, and I was thinking that this is now needs to be taken care of. Since I'm gonna work on this area, might as well detail these awkward corners and all of the weird places. This is a perfect, beautiful place for like a little park, like in France, you know, we have these kind of places where people play pétanque and stuff like this, like just like little sports activities. And I'm gonna put some pedestrian walkway invisible so people just can hang out over here. Now I want a pedestrian pass rail above the street so it can connect both neighborhoods that are actually separated by this big road. And actually I'm very proud of it because a lot of people are going to end up using it. Now here there's a bit more room, so let's add a park. Let's put a bunch of trees and plants all around. Let's make this actually attractive. Let's just work on all of these places that I was too lazy to work on earlier. Let's make it more realistic. Let's just add some beautification. Now this was not the first location I had in mind to plop this, but they look amazing for what they are. I do like them a lot, and we have a lot of them, so it helps us to make an apartment complex. So that's what I'm gonna do right there. We are of course talking about the French asset low housing. So I was trying to build a custom thing, but I'm like, hey, this fits perfectly here, so let's just use both of them with an H in the middle. And I'm actually gonna make them a bit fancier by adding pools and other different of props to make them look a bit more luxury, because this is still a very desirable, very nice area to live in, so it's kind of high-end. So we're also going to change the surface. It's a nice wood deck, and I'm gonna also add a big parking lot because I can see that there is not enough parking. My idea was to put some parking in the middle of this building, but it's such a small lot that is not working. So I decided to extend that lot to the other side of this road, and just like this we're gonna detail everything, add more pedestrian connections, so they can access the parking lot as well. Look at all of this traffic building up on your side to get into all of these new houses. It's crazy. Which, by the way, make me think like I should create a new access point a bit further down the road with a new roundabout that's gonna give me access on both sides of that road. So I love it. So let's go around here, give a bit of an angle so people can access this very quickly. And now we're gonna create the road on the other side as well. Look how much people are using this. I mean, it's kind of confusing, but now the traffic already down right away. I love the new traffic pattern as well. Do you see how some of the people just pulled out a giant U-turn, even if it was a double lane, yellow lanes that nobody can cross technically? So that's interesting. That would have never happened in City Skyline 1. I'm also going to relocate the power line. I think it didn't make sense over there, and I can also now open this land for more apartments or development, future development. So I am also getting a small local road, kind of an alleyway over here, so I can have more apartments. Now I've been messing up too much with that power line. I lost power all on Edgewater, so it took me a few minutes to figure out, but actually the connections that I had for the power line under to the transformer was actually broken, so this was my only issue. Pretty easy to fix, but I had to figure out what it was. Alright, so now I have more apartments here. I want to make sure that it makes sense. I want a third one as well. The thing is, the way these apartments are directed to the road, it's not gonna fit like this, so I'm gonna have to actually build a road all the way to the end. So this is not gonna be very pretty. I'm gonna have to figure all of this out later. Maybe I'm gonna have to get rid of that power line at the end of the day. We'll figure out later. Right now, let's just do it like this. It works. I'm gonna beautify everything with some vegetation, trees, and a sound wall at the end of the episode. But in the meantime, I'm in dire need of parking over there. As you can see, it's crazy. Everybody is using all of the parking on the road. There is no parking whatsoever. and I'm also gonna add some pedestrian connection over here. And while I'm at it, I'm gonna also figure out what I'm gonna do with this giant parcel right there. So I don't like the way the cells are, you see, like it's not growable at all. I'm gonna have to plop everything or change what I'm gonna do with this. So while everything is growing, I'm thinking, what can I do? Where can I extend next? So I want this road to go all the way to the highway later, but in the meantime I want to make sure it goes straight. So just to this, I went through the mountain, I deleted the road, and I'm gonna go around it, and it's perfect. It's gonna follow the grid that we built before. Now here I had an extra node, so I wanted to delete it to have a smooth curve. Now it's done. And here I want to have like a wildlife park for later when we have more assets. But in the meantime, I just wanted to put a placeholder to remind me. We have so amazing, beautiful parks assets. The thing is, they are huge. I don't know what to do with them. I mean, take a look at these two beautiful, including that brand new one over there. It's too big. Like, this is amazing. This is incredible. All the details, but I don't know where to put it. So in the meantime, let's just keep expanding. I have a huge amount of demand for single houses, so let's go there, and we're gonna create a new grid. I'm going for something a bit square, but since I'm actually gonna let grow my neighborhood, I'm gonna just zone everything. It's too big, I'm gonna lose too much spaces, so I'm just gonna divide all of this in two and have a regular kind of grid. Unfortunately here I hated what happened, so I want to place a park, and unfortunately this is too big. This is not what I want. I'm just gonna go easy. We're gonna have this one, a giant amount of green space. We're gonna use the whole thing just like this, and I'm gonna prolongate all of the different connections just to make sure that it's pedestrian friendly. We're gonna add also some trees to complete the whole park. I mean, you got the idea. I just wanted to make feel like it belonged here, like just like if it was just actually there without me having to modify everything. But anyway, so this is my little UK village over there. A lot of single houses. I just love these assets, how they look, how they grew. It just looks so perfect. And on the other side of that big park, I wanted to have something similar to the plaza, to the buildings, the facade that we have on the other side. So we'll see later how I can improve the connection between all of this. I'm making sure as well to add some details into what we built at the beginning of this episode, our low income houses over there. Just make sure they're a bit more fancy and they have a nice amenities. Let's make sure we have all of the trees, vegetation, plants. Just make it more like a whole, you know, like the whole thing actually is part of the whole. And here also, as I mentioned earlier, I want more park, more plaza, and also we're gonna build a sound wall just to make sure that they don't have too much noise. But yeah, that's pretty much all of it for today. We now have the Japanese pack that's gonna come on. It's gonna be very cool to see all these assets tomorrow. I'm very excited. I mean, I feel like we're like in Epcot, honestly. Like, we're gonna have like so many different region pack. We're gonna build all of this thing. It's incredible. But anyway, in the meantime, let's just see everything that we'll build in today's episode. Et voilà, l'épisode touche à sa fin. Here we go, guys. This is the end of the episode. Thank you so much for staying here. I really appreciate you spending the time and following my adventure. I am very excited. More content next week, more assets. I mean, this is an incredible time of the year right now. So many new things. Thank you, guys. See you.